All righty. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Oh my gosh, halfway through October. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. I can't believe we're halfway through October. Um, Again, I just thank you guys for getting on and making a commitment to yourselves to be on the Zoom, week after week and just learning from each other and growing with each other and really working your business with intentionality and focus and drive. I said it on a Zoom the other day, and I've been dreaming it, and it's so crazy. But I said it on our Germany Zoom that, I thought about it, and if I would have given up on this business, none of you guys would probably be in my life. And that's what I keep saying to myself, because there's that's what you have to remember. So if you don't share with people and you decide I can't do this, or you have those doubts and those fears, just tell yourself that if you would have quit, you wouldn't know us. And imagine how many other us's are out there that are looking for what we have and that are looking for something like this with us, with people like us. So just kind of remember that. And it was so weird because I said it on the Germany Zoom and I haven't been able to shake it. It's literally, I have dreamt it, I've thought it, and it's just crazy to me. So just keep that in the back of your head and remember that, because that's it, that's what we're doing. We're creating something pretty spectacular here. So what we read this last week, I don't know if you kind of got this. I'm sure some of you did, but hello, David Bird Planner. The entire it's the planner, and that's the planner we have is Paul J. Meyer's planner. So talking about setting your goals setting your goals and making this vision and seeing it all and your priorities and all of the things. It's exactly what the planner does. Writing your vision statement. So it was kind of cool because it is what we've, what we do in Nerium, and it's so important. And I can say, I wrote one a long time ago, but I didn't really get what I was doing with it, with my vision statement. And I want to rewrite that vision statement, and I want to rewrite my priorities and just like, they talk about in here. Sorry, here's some recommendations. Okay, so let's see. We have Legacy Key 16. I'll go through with some of the questions. Let me go into my chapters. Oh boy, hold on. My dog is barking at me to come in. Hold on, please. Okay. Philosophy for living. So I just want to read a couple of the highlights and then I'll ask the questions. It's not that it is that they don't have a philosophy for living. When you think about a philosophy for living, we think about just being alive and living, but before reading, I've never thought about a philosophy for living. It's like our mission statement. And the 5 points that he says, point number 1, a positive attitude. Point number 2, no worrying. Number 3, peace and contentment. Number 4, strength and power to achieve. And number 5, stewardship. I'm going to have to go and let my dog in, but how can a philosophy, I'm going to just read a couple questions and then you guys, somebody can chime in and answer some of them. How can a philosophy for living positively impact your life? How can that happen? I don't know if anybody has anything to add about that, or what are the individual pieces that make up your personal philosophy for living? That may be a good one. What are the individual pieces that make up your personal philosophies for living? So who would like to share?
I can start it off,
Okay.
because when I saw that, the first thing that I thought of was the slide edge when I talked about philosophy, and that's our foundational, approach to our business, but it also spills into our life. But I read The Secret a while back, and I read it many, many times, and those top four pillars in The Secret really is what I've tried to model my life after, and I've included scripture, like trusting in the Lord with all my heart and leaning not unto my own understanding, but acknowledge him in all my ways, and he shall direct my paths. I say that almost every day. I did like his 5 points, but impeccable with my word has been my number one, and so I'll just start off with that to see what anybody else wants to add in.
Great. Anybody else? Anybody else? Well, I'll go on a little bit, but yes, impeccable with your word and being authentic and genuine. I've always lived that way, and I lived that way, but it wasn't like when I was younger, I didn't understand that. I didn't grasp it until I was older, but I remember meeting like my friends' sisters and meeting my friends' friends or family, And, I was on numerous occasions that they would say, Monique, with you, you are what you get. Like, you get what you get. Like, you are who you are. There's no, there's no sugarcoating lining. There's no trying to figure you out. You are what you are. And she's like, and I appreciate that. I like that. I'm glad that you live this life like that, because people don't do that. So, I just remember people would say that and I didn't get it. And then I started to get it as I was older, but, it's important to have a good philosophy. Anybody else have anything about philosophy for living? Okay, next one, let's see. Hold on, I lost my train of thought here. And I like at the end, it says, writing crystallizes your thought. Crystallized thinking motivates positive action. At its core, it must express your uniqueness and reflect all the important areas of your life. So I challenge you guys to do that. I challenge you guys to go and write down your philosophy for life. And if it's, your husband, your children, write down then use those 5 points and maybe Slide Edge and kind of combine it together and see what you come up with and have that written out for yourself. The next part was the importance of priorities. This is important. He has God, my wife, my family, my personal health and fitness and business. And we have this in our planner that you can use. There is a sheet that you could write your priorities. But I love the page 186 where he has all the lists of how to keep your priorities, because we always say we're too busy. It really doesn't mean so. It means that you don't think it's a high priority. So if you tell somebody, oh, I'm just really busy, it's just not a high priority on your list. But really look at that. Read that list of number, like 13, how to keep your priorities. For my priorities to become a reality, this is what must happen. Let's see. Okay, let's see. How are you instilling the importance of priorities into those who will receive your legacy? So how are you instilling the importance of priorities into those who will receive your legacy? So those, your children or family, how do any of you work with your kids, the ones that have kids, the importance of priorities and, anybody? Yeah. Kathy, what kind of things do you do with your kids for that or help them with?
I've used what I've learned as far as planning, like with the David Bird planner and all of that, with my daughter in school to keep, to set her priorities and write down her what she needs to get done, and not let stuff fall through the cracks because she forgets, because it's not a priority, so she doesn't write it down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And, it'd be cool is to show her these things down here. It's like writing them down, deciding that you'll keep them, post from high, post in visible places. And then, like descending order, like what's the most important thing that you have to do every day? And again, this goes with our planner. Plan the day before the day begins, plan your month before the month begins. And it's talking about, we know what we have to do, but let's make sure we don't go to bed until we get them done. And of course, don't put too many things on your plate, because if you put too many things on your plate, then you feel like you didn't get to it. And then you keep trying to get to it, and you keep trying to get to it, and it gets frustrating. Our dream board is our roadmap. Yes, our dream board is our roadmap, Lori said. So really, looking at that part of it is huge for us. And then the life mission statement. So like your life mission statement and your philosophy for life, it shows the difference on page 188. But trying to, create that for yourself will give you that bigger long-term vision of what's going to come out of your business, what's going to come out of your other, jobs. It's really important because a lot of people don't do this, and they don't plan ahead, and they don't plan for that future part. And then they just kind of go, well, I'm going to just stay where I'm at because I don't really have a bigger vision. I don't have that grand vision of what can be. And it's unfortunate because just like the last book we read, people have these dreams and these things and these goals and this stuff that they want to accomplish, and then they never do. And then they pass away, and it's all locked up into that room, and they never could accomplish that. And let's not do that. We all are still here. Life is precious. I have seen it this week. I know 4 people who passed away this week. And that's why I had to post what I posted yesterday, because And this is just a good example. My stepfather's best, like this lady who's been his friend since he was 9 years old. They're very good friends. And her father was like a mentor to Jess and really took him under his wings because Jess kind of grew up in a tough area. And this gentleman showed Jess about the boats and race cars and kind of gave him that guidance of, you know, a father figure that was encouraging him to make a really good life for himself. And in that, this woman, Melanie, was the daughter of this gentleman, and Jess and Melanie became friends, never anything else but friends. And, you know, she's had a lot of illnesses and she's fought them and overcome them, and she's done so much. And when Jess was sick, she called him like every day to see how he was doing and what can I do for you. And she passed away yesterday. And for the past 6 months, they've talked about, we got to get together. We got to get together. We got to get together. They never did. And when I talked to Jess yesterday, that was like the biggest, heaviest weight on his heart. And he just started bawling down because he never made it happen. And I feel bad for him because we do that. We all do that. We all say, okay, tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. I'll make it happen tomorrow. So anyways, sorry, didn't mean to go there. So we need to make priorities important. We need to make people important. We need to do more. I mean, you guys may think maybe you are doing enough, but I feel like I need to do more. So we need to do more, I think. I don't know. Anybody else want to chime in before my tear falls out of my eye?
I just want to say that I make the girls do a list. We do a family meeting every year. After Christmas, we make a list of everything that we need to get done for the following year and things we want to see and do together as a family. And then everybody has their own list of stuff they need to accomplish. And then we all have each other's lists, so we can say, hey, did you do this? How come you going here? You know, like Erin had on her list London. And she's in London this week. She went to Disney Paris by herself because, you know, none of the people that were supposed to go with her didn't make the arrangements, didn't get it together. And she's gone, man. She's having a blast this week.
That's awesome.
It's about just following up on your dream, planning the day, planning the month, planning the year, and getting it done.
Yep, I agree, and it's important because we don't want to look back with the regret, you know, what people have. We just don't want to. And one of the things it's a little what you should have in your mission statement, but then this was a great little quote on page 191. It says, "You hit no higher than you aim." And it's true, you hit no higher than you aim. And that was a pole vaulter in the 1952 and 1956 Olympics. And that goes to say what Gary said the other day at regionals, that we think small. We all think small. Let's not think small. Lori, are you at breakfast somewhere? She at Coco's? She's taking advantage of that senior.
I'm taking advantage of the 55 Club, the 55 Club special goals. But listen, I just want to say that our dad's sudden death really made me realize that all we have is now. And that I was 28. And I'll be damned that I ever will miss an opportunity. It really shocked me. It really hit me hard. I mean, I got a will. I did all that stuff. And I know all of you have lost people suddenly. And I know I'm not going to call out anybody because it's a tough thing on her. When you lose good friends too. You know, we just got to do it now. And I'm accused of acting crazy sometimes in my family because I do everything right now. Because I feel like I'm running out of time. Not that I'm going to die tomorrow, but we're running out of time. And if you think of it that way, that you're running out of time, everything is a sense of urgency. If you feel depressed that day or you're just in a slump, just get up, pick up those big girl calzones, and just move forward. Calzones are underwear in Spanish. And just move forward. All we have is now. Listen to my voicemail. Now. Have a great day. Be happy now. And I can't emphasize it more, guys. I just can't emphasize it more.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, that was definitely our father didn't do a lot of things he wanted to do. So I've always tried to live my life to do what he didn't get the chance to do too. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And somebody, and then Terry's another friend of Terry's, she's helping out with the meal train. So if anybody wants to help her when she does a meal train, you'll see it on Facebook. This is a woman who doesn't have a lot of people that help her or can help her, and she's not doing so great. So anyways, okay. Let's
Can I
start.
share something?
Yes, go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, so when I was reading this, it brought back so many things. And when I started reading about the part about the crystal moments, it hit me. My friend had written a book after she lost her husband. And I thought it was sudden because I had seen him, him and her together having a good old time and enjoying having fun. And the next thing I find out that he's passed. And through that whole process, she ended up having what she calls a crystalline moment. And I think that's something that we all of a sudden have, that moment where everything becomes crystal clear. And that's what she had. And she wrote a book. And if you guys get a chance, read it. It's Crystalline Moments by Connie Myers. And she talks about what she found was the three things, the philosophy and all of that. Hers was have fun, give back, and go make money. So those were her three principles. And now she is living a life that she's wanted to. Her husband, is guiding her through she knows that. But she's a life coach now. And she did join Miriam a while back. So she is doing things with the Santa Barbara group up there. But that book brought me to tears, and this brought me to tears. That crystal moment, that when you all of a sudden hit you, and you go, I knew that, but why didn't I, enforce it? So now, today, I'm spending time working on this.
Nice. Will you post that in our Focus 20 group, the name and then the author for us, please?
Okay, I will.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Okay, and then I think this is the last legacy key we read, and that is turning your dreams into reality. And a couple of things I I read. I found that if I'm not making the progress I would like to make and am capable of making it, it's simply because my goals are not clearly defined. And, we talk about really defining it, and, many dream, but few dream and then fulfill. Really be specific with your dreams, not, oh, I want to live in a big house. But go and find pictures of houses that you want to have, and describe the bedrooms and describe the bathrooms and the living room and the backyard, and really and I know it's, we're all really busy, and sometimes those things get put to the wayside and we can't get to that. But that is important, in my opinion, and I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, but if you don't crystallize, like she said, your dreams, and you don't make it super clear and concise and you see it, how can you accomplish it? You think it, but if you don't make that, like they say in all of our leadership, academies and everything that we do, you need to see it. And I've done my dream boards. I need to do a new one this year. Maybe we can do one soon sometime so everybody can get together. It's just, but you really need to make that clear, and it's that specific, it's that smart, it's that specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and a timetable with it. And you need to set that for your goals, or else they're just out there. They're just there. And then, the time passes. Oh, I meant to do that. Or, oh, that was one of the things I wanted to accomplish. Oh, yeah, I'm 80. I can't do it anymore. Oh, I'm in the hospital. Can't do it anymore. Don't get to that point. Like right now, like Lori said, now is now. Let's do it now. And, they did, in this, he did a group of people, and he said that he was saying that only 3% of the people that had written their specific goals actually accomplished what they had to accomplish out of the group of people. The 3% that wrote it down actually accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. Unwritten goals are hazy goals, and a hazy goal will produce at its best a hazy result. And, look at the business we're in and look at what we want to accomplish. And I'm going to be real. Have you accomplished what you want to with your PCs? Have you accomplished what you wanted to with your BPs? Have you accomplished what you wanted with your global team? And if you haven't, look back and see what you did to help make it happen. Did you write it down? Did you see it every day? Did you make it a priority? Did you put it in your planner? If you did and it didn't happen, keep doing it. Keep going. If you look and say, you know what, I really didn't do that. You know what, I missed I just didn't do it. Then start today and do it today. Write down specifically what you're going to accomplish in the next 2 weeks in your business. And if you're busy, make it simple, make it precise, make it concise, and really just write it down. Write it down. Look at it every day. Make it happen. I'm telling you, like I said about my sister, I mean, you know, she's intense as all get up. You go to her house and she's got stuff written all over the place. And then I wrote on her board. I wrote in the middle of the okay, because she had this board with all kinds of stuff, and it was all perfect and all the names, and right in the middle was all blank, and I wrote smile with a big heart. Oh, sorry, I had to do that right in the middle of it. Anyways, write it down. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. And I just encourage you guys to do that. And does anybody else have any tips on what you do for your goals and your dreams? Like, what else besides writing them down? What else do you do to manifest that in your life? Oh, Lori, go ahead. No?
I'm sorry. You know, I just want to touch what you just said about, you know, write them down, look at your team, and if they are, you know, if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, you know, look at yourself. And all I got to say to all of you is this: we can't motivate people, right? We can walk the talk. And my biggest give today to all of you is, because we have no guarantee, the people that we sign up, and I'm speaking for myself, that they're going to do something. And if they do something, they're not coachable, and I have that, and we probably all feel it. If we just focus on ourselves, I don't always get a chance to write everything down, but I just keep doing the high payoff activity. And I sometimes blindly just keep doing the high payoff activity. I know if I just do 2 RPs a month, or I do my 3-way calls twice a week, or I do 1 sit down a week and fit it in. Just walk the talk. Be that apostle. Be that testimonial. Thank you, Sharon, for that share on that crystallization in that book. Can't wait to read that. Clarity creates focus. Focus creates movement. Movement creates our goals being accomplished. And, you know, I just read this shit all the time. It's just like in my DNA 24/7 because I love it. But if we just keep moving forward, you guys, with any little small thing, if we don't write it down, it's okay. Don't be mad at yourself. Don't beat yourself up. But just be the example. Be the example. I was looking at myself last night, and damn, I'm the example. And I got a lot of people that are just going to sleep. It's like, I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to get new people. I'm just going to be the example. Even if I'm alone on that road by myself, someone's watching. Someone's watching you. Sharon, someone's watching you at those open houses and are wondering what else you've got in your life. Robin, when you're at Target at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning and you're texting us or sending some funny things, someone's watching you. And Terry's all over the dang place, so, you know, and Kathy, and everybody's watching us. God, I just want to say that, though, and I'll stop talking, but it's kind of exciting. Just remember, everybody's watching us, but be your best. Be your best every day, and your best is different every day. And, you know, just on the last chapter on the last page, read that. Read that when it says whatever it is you are aiming at, stick with it. Just read that and read the box. Read that out loud to yourself. Look in the mirror and read that out loud. And just say that to yourself today as your personal mantra, that whole section. Because goals setting takes your dreams and turns them into reality. But unless we do a goal, we're not going to have what the reality we want. So, let me share that.
Anybody else? Terry.
So, this is my to-do list. It got really long. So I'm kind of taking it, and I'm kind of trying to find my happy place with goals. Start with the little things that you have to do to get to those goals. So if I don't have this, Lorene is right. I'm all over the place. So I'm all over the place anyway, but this is super important, and I'm trying to develop this habit. So, you know, I have big goals, which are not really written down right now. I'll be honest. I'm super transparent. I'll tell you everything. But if I start with a small goals, it's just like, you know, we don't want to focus on the outcome of what we're doing. We just want to do the activities. But I'm just focusing on these little activities, and it's not just Miriam. It's my life is on here. So this is becoming something I'm trying to develop a habit for. And I'm going to tell you this little trick. I'm taking my, like every note, all the notes I take, instead of having them in the front of my binder, I'm putting between my daily pages and date it. And so it's with whatever I did that day. So it kind of makes it easy for me to kind of wrap my brain around everything I'm doing. This is much better. And later I'll tell you how I'm going to try to figure out how to interweave the Paul J. Meyer and the David Bird daily pages. I'll tell you about that. I don't want to waste time on that now. But so that's one thing. Number two, for a while, Monique will remember this, I was verbalizing my vision. And it got really exciting. It gives you kind of this sense of excitement. But I stopped doing it. I was talking about, it encompassed like my home and the things that I envisioned for the changes here. It was about my trip to Italy, which hasn't happened yet, but it was exciting to be specific. Oh, am I frozen?
You're okay.
I'm frozen. That's creepy. That really was really a cool thing to do. In fact, I would do it with my friends, with Monique, and whoever was walking with us as we walked around the Rose Bowl. I was just kind of sharing. And I think that's kind of, I don't even have a dream board, guys. I've cut out a lot of pictures. Oh, I wish I didn't freeze. That's creeping me out. But anyways, that was just one thing I was doing. I think I just need to get back on it, where you get, like Monique was saying, where you get specific about, you talk about things that are like the smell of something, the taste of it, the feel of it, so that it becomes real to you. So, that's all I wanted to share. I just need to get back on doing that. So maybe we all should be doing that. That's it.
I agree. I remember, and it does make a difference. And that's the dream board building, and that's the, dreaming big together, and yeah, and that's, and this, the one page to focus on or to look at would be page 198. Hold on, there. On page 198, it says the setting goals for your success, and it talks about your short range goals, your long range goals. The third type of goal is your tangible goals, and then the fourth type is your intangible goals. And then it says you can absolutely do anything you want. And on page 199, it gives you a guideline. So when you're, using the 5 points of Paul J. Meyer's personal success plan, which is what we have in his book, when we get his little pages, we'll probably have all this. But number one, have I crystallized my thinking about it? So you would ask these questions about your goals. Number two, do I have a plan and a deadline for its attainment? Number three, do I have a burning desire, that white heat of passion down inside myself that says I must move forward? Number four, do I have confidence in myself and my ability to succeed? And number five, then do I have an iron will determination that says I will pay whatever price necessary to get the job done, regardless of circumstance, criticism, or what other people may say, think, or do? And then at the end, is it worth it to me? That is huge. That's a huge little nugget to go when we start planning our goals, because we have goals that probably you're like, nah, I don't have a burning desire. You know what? Take that goal out. Take it out. You can't, do you have a deadline? Yeah. Okay. You got the deadline. All right, great. Do I have an iron will determination that says I'm going to pay whatever price? No, I don't. Not for this. So take it out. This will be your guideline. This will help with, making your clear, concise goals. It's huge. So let's see. Okay. I think that was all. And then the last part of it says goal setting takes your dreams and turns them into a reality. And that's true. And, when you look out in the real world, in our world that we live in, unfortunately, people don't dream. They don't dream anymore. They just live. They just exist. They're not living. They just exist. They go to work 9 to 5. They come home. They feed their family. They spend a few minutes with their kids. They spend a few minutes with their husband or wife. They go to bed. They get up. They go to work. They spend they get home. They have dinner. They have spent a few minutes. And it's just every day. And they don't get out of their comfort zone. They don't get out of that rat race, so to say. So if if we can just do a little bit to help people like that, just a little bit every now and then to help them a little bit, like, hey, let's do this. Let's get out of your norm. How about you look at this? How about we do something like this? And do that culture that we have, that happiness culture that, well, I have a funny story. So I I've been having this tax thing that I had to work with. So I had to meet with this lady yesterday. And so she says to me, so you use your car like 100% of the time for business? And I go, well, yeah, kind of. She goes, you don't have a life? I go, well, yeah, I have a life. I go, but that's the difference is like my life is my business. And then she goes, okay. I go, I don't have kids. I'm not married. And she goes, oh, okay, that makes sense that you just do with your business all the time. I go, well, yeah, but I said, my friends are in my business. I said, so my friends and I will go and have coffee or wine with our other friends, and we're talking business. So it's my social hour as well as my business hour. And she kind of looked at me, and you could see in her face like, well, that sounds like the right world to live in, where you can intermix your personal and I'm like, yep, that's my business. Like my business is having fun. My business is wine and cheese. My business is coffee. My business is dinners. My business is hanging out with people that I care about and building a business. And so it was foreign to her because she works in an IRS agency with fluorescent lights. She was a very happy lady, very nice lady. And at the end of our meeting, I handed her my information and all the products. And she goes, oh, I said, see, this is how my business goes. So I handed her all that information. Anyways, there's people that are out there that don't understand that we enjoy our life with what we're doing with this business. And you know, Terry has a lot of other things going on. Lori has a lot of other things going on. Danny has a lot of other things going on. Every single person on here has a lot of other things going on. But just remember that the Nerium part is so important, because that is this legacy that you're creating. That's this legacy you're creating for your family that's going to help in the future. But this is also, this and Nerium, like this to me is Nerium because of what it does, but what it's saying. But Nerium is that vehicle that can really make a difference in the way people live their life. It can really make a difference in the way people feel about life. And it's incredible. And it's just, people need it. Just people need it. Solange, I saw you undo the video. Did you want to say something? Hold on, go ahead. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on, you're not there.
Oh, no, it's okay. I did it by accident. I got out of the car.
Okay.
Getting ready to drive back to, I'm in Arizona.
Are you in Arizona right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had
okay.
to hug my kid. Like,
So Solange drove to Arizona to go hug her daughter and wish her happy birthday, and is driving back today. She went yesterday and come home today. So drive safe. It's raining.
I know. Very careful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So part 6 will be, okay, so part 6 is really small, and I want to get this book done with in the next couple weeks so we can start our new one. So let's do part 6 and Legacy Key 22. And then that leaves the rest for the next time. So part 6 and Legacy Key number 2. So page 205 to 237. So that's like 30 pages. 205 to 237. And then next week we'll read the last of it and we'll be done with this book. Ooh, the next one's forgiveness. Ooh, oh boy. Okay. All righty. So let me see. I was speaking to my Latina team into existence, and now you have them in Germany. Yes, you do. She did. She kept speaking, I'm going to have a Latina team. I'm going to have a Latina team. And she sure as heck did, but they came out of Germany. Who would have known? Who would have thunk it? All right. So to business. It's the 13th. We get our 15th check. Make sure make sure you look at it, check it out. What I would suggest you do right now is go through your PCs, look whose orders are going to be processing by the 23rd. If it's somebody that, has somebody who maybe buys one thing, like maybe say they buy the eye patches, the eye serum or eye patches, whatever, maybe call them up and say, hey, do you want to add whichever the other one is? Like, do you want, you know what, how about you add, the holidays are coming, how about you add the eye patches, give them a try before the holidays, have them for when you meet family, or how about I would really utilize the holidays with your customers, because your customers, some of them who are in the Premier program, I would call them up and say, you know what, if you're still getting this amazing discount how about we add a couple other things so that you have some holiday gifts? The eye patches are great for people for Christmas. The Prolistic lotion, the eye serum is great too if they, depending on what they want to pay. The face wash. I mean, come on, face wash. Everybody should be getting face wash in their stockings or under their tree. So I would suggest, and yes, eye patches for stocking stuffers, suggest to them to buy a few boxes of eye patches and then take them out and you have like 10 eye patches to give away. Or put them with something. So things like that. Think outside the box with your customers this month, trying to get them ready for the holidays. There was, like I said before, collagen is everywhere. Collagen is everywhere. I got something, I didn't read it, but I got I get these crazy emails and this, I don't know what this ate it all. I don't know what it is, but it's a whole article on collagen. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a whole article on collagen. What's the deal with collagen and why you need it? And it says collagen is key component in forming connective tissues. So the collagen that we're going to have for that mask that they're going to give us, and then the drink. So collagen it repairs your joints, it heals your gut, it boosts your liver health, and it revives your metabolism. I didn't know that about collagen. So this is it just shows, like, it's a whole, I don't even know how I got on this mailer, but it just gives you an article about collagen. I didn't know that collagen did that part. I just thought collagen was for your skin. I didn't realize the whole internal part. And when I was talking to my tax lady, she was so funny because the first thing she asked me was, do you have anything for collagen? And I said, not yet, but we will. She goes, okay, as soon as you get something for collagen, let me know. She goes, I eat menudo, so menudo should be good. We all, that's why Latinas have good skin, because we eat menudo and the tripe has collagen. I had no idea that tripe was collagen. Anyways, just so you know, if you eat menudo and you think tripe is really bad, it is really bad, but it's good for your collagen. Who knew? Okay, so really think about that coming. Like, get your list together for that when you're talking to your customers. We're having this special coming out, this collagen. You want to be on my list because it's going to be limited. So, kind of hype that up to people for the holidays. Other thing is, go get your Filipino customers, because they can sign up on your website. Get some customers from the Philippines. Have them start using the product. I did the Zoom yesterday. I can send it to you guys individually about the different countries that are opening, because it's not just those 3. It's not just the Philippines, UK, and Sweden. And I explain it in the Zoom I did last night. So take a look at that or let me know and I'll send it to you. And then also just looking at inspect what you expect. So look at where you're at in your business. Look at how close you are to getting your 9, or 3 or free, then your 9. Look at how your team is doing with that. And just kind of seeing, kind of evaluating where you are mid-month and where you want to end at the end of the month. And if you're not even close, then sit down today and write a couple goals for yourself. Sit down today and say, okay, I need to do this, and I need to do X, Y, and Z. I need to, and don't make, and if it's too overwhelming, then just do one goal. But don't sit there and say, I'm just too overwhelmed, and do nothing. Do at least one goal. Because what happens to us is, as people, and we all do this, I mean, I do, when we feel like, oh, it's just too much, you don't do anything. But then the next day you're saying the same thing because you didn't do anything. So do at least something. If you can do more, then do more. If you can do a little, then do a little. We're all on our own path. We're all on our own, wherever we're going, we got to do it for us, however easiest it is. Because I also believe that you shouldn't overwhelm yourself. Anyways, anybody else want to add to that kind of stuff? Anything? RRP tomorrow at 1. Yes, today we have one in Glendora, and then tomorrow Altadena and Pasadena. And then, plugging into those. And then I will be starting Filipino Zooms. I'll let you know as soon as I get that organized. And then, anybody else have anything? Anybody?
Can you send us that info about the collagen? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Forward it to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will. I'll copy and paste it in the Focus 20.
And
Okay,
when
thank you.
are the RRPs going to be in Pasadena and Altadena?
Lori's house at 1:00.
Okay.
And then Altadena at 3:00, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
Altadena at 3:00.
Okay, what's your address, Terry?
It's my friend Becky. It's Becky's, so I'll send that to you.
Okay, thanks.
So Becky's a very fun, loving individual. She came to regionals this last week, so you'll have fun, definitely. And the RRP today is in Glendora. It's Terry's brand partner, who has no guests at the moment, but we're trying to still plan on going. She's gonna
What
plan
time?
at 3. At 3 o'clock. So so Terry's still planning on going, even if it's just for training. But if anybody can get a guest there, it would be great. She just hasn't had success in getting people there, but that's okay. It'll happen, like I told her. It'll happen. Anything else from anybody? Okay, so I would suggest you look at the month. Look at it. Any RRPs you can add to the month. The next couple of weeks will be important. Nerium U, if you guys are around Pasadena, October 29th, that Monday, Nerium U, I'm going to do the Halloween theme at my mom's house, so we're going to be Halloweeny. So bring Halloween dishes, and if you want to wear a costume, we'll be doing that at her house on that Monday.
And
what?
And this Monday is at Connie's.
This Monday's at Connie's. Yeah, I have that. Well, I put that one list up in the Real Believers.
Right.
I'm
just reminding everyone because that's coming up in a couple days.
Yeah. So this one's at Connie's, and then it's at my mom's, right? That's the last two?
No, then it's Shannon's and then your mom's, I think. I think.
Yep, it is. It's Connie, Shannon, and then my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you guys can comment today, I'm going to do a Facebook Live in a costume of some sort promoting my RP tomorrow because it's a Halloween theme, my RP. And it's called Look Alive, Don't Look Dead, Don't Look, it's a cute back office little invitation in our back office that Miriam has made. That might create some engagement. So thinking outside of the box, those are kinds of things I do. And I get people to come to RPs kind of last minute at times too. So I'm going to look kind of silly probably. And I did a funny post today with a costume saying, look live, come to my RP tomorrow, message me. If you guys could comment on that, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. We will do that. And then, sorry. Okay. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to share with everything. I'm trying to think if I heard anything else. Oh, I did hear something else. I was on Nancy King's Zoom last Monday, and she mentioned that they're going to come out with I think in January maybe. There's no date, but I think it's when Neora starts. I'm not sure when. A relaunch kit. So if you had a brand partner that was in your business that quit, who's been over 6 months, they're going to offer them a special to come back. That's kind of cool. That's what I heard her say. And so I'm assuming maybe it'll be less than the 500 for them to come back and join your business because Neora is a new company. So that's kind of neat to know that's a possibility. And I think that's it. Anybody else? Anybody else want to share anything? Okay, let's take our picture. Let me go here. Hold on. Oops. That's all I wanted. Okay. I wish you guys could see what's going on over here. Pumpkin is all right here on my side, and then over there, Rosie, they love the rain. Okay, hold on. Okay, smile. Oh, I just looked up and saw baby Wyatt. I didn't notice he was there.